Good morning. We will start session 10 on chapter Atoms and Molecules and Structure of Atom. We completed all the numericals in text, worked example and exercise on chapter Atoms and Molecules, and today we'll start numericals on Structure of Atom. So there are only in text and exercise numericals here, no worked examples. So we'll quickly begin with in text numericals as they are very simple. It is page number 49, second one. So number wise I'll just go on writing from 1 to 3 onwards. Helium atom has atomic mass 4 unit. So this is a helium atom. Atomic mass is 4 units. We will just write helium atom's atomic mass when we talk about it is protons plus neutrons. Okay, that you should know. And 2 protons in its nucleus. Number of protons 2. How many neutrons does it have? Very simple question. We will start from that. Atomic mass is equal to 4 units. Atomic mass is written in terms of protons plus neutrons is equal to, this is direct question, you can do it orally also, I am just doing this stepwise. Protons plus neutrons is equal to 4 units. Neutrons, we know that protons are 2 plus neutrons is equal to 4. So neutrons are 2. Very simple. We'll move to the next one. Write the distribution of electrons in carbon and sodium. We have already done that, but they have only asked us distribution of electrons in terms of KL-Mn shell. You can show that in KL-Mn shell, children. Distribution of electrons. This page number 50. First one. We have already done the distribution of electrons in carbon, sodium. For all we have done up to 1 to 20. Those who have not done, I can't say anything right now because I had given homework to you all to do that. You can redo once again here, right? That's a homework. Why? Because we have already done it. 1 to 20 atomic numbers we have done. So here, apart from doing, also mention K shell how many, L shell how many, whatever is filling. Already done some, redo it once again for sodium and carbon. Let's go to the next one. It's on page number 52. First one. I will take that as a second question now. Whatever I am solving, I am taking. If the number of electrons in an atom is 8, number of protons, so number of electrons are number of protons, even if they don't give you, electrons are equal to number of protons, right? Electrons are equal to protons. Number of protons are also 8. What is the atomic number? To confuse you, they have given you protons also, because you can say 8 plus 8, right? But no. Atomic number are nothing but 8. Why? Atomic number is given in terms of number of electrons or protons. That is what. That's what, children, I told you. The questions are very simple. Since the number of protons and electrons are equal, what they have asked here, what is the charge of an atom? Charge of an atom is equal to 0 because number of protons, always it is, are equal to number of electrons. Very clear on this question? Okay. Let's move to the next one. With the help of table 4.1. Now table 4.1 is the table what is given in your book, as well the table what we have also written at elements, symbol, electrons, protons, neutrons, then atomic number, atomic mass, K, L, Mn, valency, valence electrons. Remember that? Yes, that is table 4.1. So when you refer that table here, find the mass number of oxygen. To find the mass number of oxygen, or okay, directly we'll write mass number of oxygen is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. Now where do you get this number of protons and neutrons? You get that from the table, which is given nothing as protons are 8, neutrons are also 8. So mass is 16 units. Next, what they have given? Mass of sulfur. So again, number of protons plus electrons. Number of protons are, at least you should know number of electrons. Atomic number should be known to you children. Number of protons plus neutrons. Atomic number should be known to you. Sulfur's atomic number is 16. Neutrons will not be known always. Neutrons you can refer, but atomic number should be known up to 20. You know that. 16 plus 16. So mass of sulfur is 32. Right? That's the atomic mass of sulfur. So next one, the next fourth one, write the symbol for the symbol H, D and T. Now what does this H, D and T represents? H represents hydrogen, D represents deuterium. What is this? Isotopes of hydrogen. T represents tritium. So what are the isotopes? Hydrogen we write like this, right? So it is H1, 2, it is H1, 3. So atoms having same atomic number but different mass number is called as isotopes, right? So for this, write, calculate, tabulate the subatomic particles found in this. What are subatomic particles? Proton, neutron, electron. So number of electrons in number of protons in hydrogen 1, electrons also 1, right? First let us finish that. We know that. Deuterium, protons 1, atomic number we are representing 1. Tritium 1 and 1. Very clear? Number of protons are always equal to number of electrons. Now look at the neutron there. What is the mass number of hydrogen? 1 only. So neutron is 0. For deuterium, so proton plus anyone you can choose. Proton plus what will give you 2? 1. For tritium it is 3. So this is 2 plus 1, 3. Very simple to write the table here because you know the electrons and you know the isotopes how to write there. With the help of this you can complete the table. The next question, fifth one. Write the electronic configuration for any one pair of isotopes and isobars. Isotopes, same atomic number, different mass number. Isobars, same mass number, different atomic number. So first of all, let's give an example, fifth one, right? Isotopes. So I'll take carbon isotope here. So this is C612 and C614 or 13 can be taken. So these are examples of isotopes. Let us write electronic configuration. For this electronic configuration is 2,4 and for this electronic configuration is also 2,4. Both are same electronic configuration because atomic number is same here children. KLMN shell, what I have written. Now next let us go for isobars. I have given wrong in book actually. I have given both for neon. Do the changes. The first one is neon. Neon I have taken as atomic number 10, mass number 22. Next it is actually sodium. Sodium atomic number 11 and mass number 22. Actually it is 23 what we consider, 22 point. You can take this nearest value what they have given here is. So these have different configurations, right? Let's just fill electronic configuration. So here when you write the configuration, this is simple as 2,8 octet structure. Sodium when you write, it is 2,8,1. Very clear on this? This is how we solve the sums. Similarly, we will solve the remaining sums also. Yeah, you might be wondering, why did I take atomic number of sodium 22? We actually have it as 23. See, when I have to compare that with neon now. Atomic number of sodium, actually when we see children, it is 22 point something. So, at the round figure, we take 23 as the mass. But here in isobars, you can consider this as 22. Okay? Or you can take some other example where we have isobars, what examples we have discussed during the theory session, you can consider. See, even the isotopes what I have taken as for carbon, you need not take carbon, you can even take for hydrogen. Any isotopes can be taken, any pair of isobar can be taken here. It's up to you. Certain questions here when they ask, give examples of pair of isotopes and isobars, it's up to you how you choose and write them. Right? So, I think the next, where we completed this page number 53. And now it is exercise sums. We are done with in-text. Only very few in-text we had. We'll quickly move to the exercise sums also. Exercise page number 55, 10th one. I'll consider that as serial number 6. If bromine is available in the form, say, of two isotopes, that is, one form of bromine is present in the form of bromine 35 and 79. Don't choose the isotopes where you have the atomic number beyond 20. Configurations are different, children, and we don't study that now. Not even in your 10th. After that you study. So, the content is 49.7%. Okay, this is one, and another set of isotope 35 and 81 is in the percent of 50.3%. Calculate the average atomic mass of bromine. So, average atomic mass of bromine is equal to this bromine plus this bromine. So, average atomic mass they have taken. So, this is 79 of 49.7% plus this is how much? 81 of 50.3%. Understood? What percentage of bromine are we taking of this mass and that mass? This is written as 79 into 49.7 by 100 plus 81 into 50.3 by 100. Simple, don't touch 100 anything now. Multiply both the numbers. I know quite difficult you will be to multiply upon 100 plus 4074.3 upon 100. Add this both, you will get 800,000,000.6 upon 100. After 1 to decimals. So, average atomic mass of bromine is 80.006, which is approximately equal to 80 units we can consider. This is also a right answer. And but this symbol is for approximately, decimal approximation what I have taken. Quickly we'll start with the next one, 11th one in your textbook, that is 7th one here. Average atomic mass of a sample of a element X is 16.2. Average atomic mass of X, which is X, some element, like how we had bromine's atomic mass, average mass we had to calculate when two isotopes were given in terms of their mass percentage, right? Here they have given average atomic mass of a given element is how much? 16.2 units, unified mass. What are the percentage of isotopes given? Isotopes are what? So it is one isotope is 16 and another isotope is 18. What percentage of isotopes are in the sample? So this is what the given isotopes are, but what is that X? That is what we have to actually find, percentage what we have to find. We did not find the element here, children. What percentage are they present we have to find. See, this is the same as in mathematics we say converse, right? This is the converse of the given previous sum. They had given percentages, average was not given. Here average is given, percentage of these mass of this isotope and this isotope is to be found out. So let the percentage of isotope 16 be, let us consider that as y%, okay, some percent. Then the percentage of isotope, percentage what you have to find, and percentage mass of isotope. 18 B, if this is y, this will be 100 minus y percentage, correct? No, that should be actually lesser than that. 100 minus y, it can't be y minus 100, right? So it can't be more than 100, so it should be lesser than 100. So if this is y%, the second one will be y 100 minus y%. Now we know what is the percentage of this mass. Let us substitute by data. Average atomic mass is equal to 16.2 units. Like previously how we had written. So this is 16 of y% plus 18 of 100 minus y% is equal to 16.2. So this is 16 y by 100 plus 18 of 100 minus y by 100 is equal to 16.2. 16y, anyways, denominator will be 100 only, plus 1800y minus 18y is equal to 16.2, right? 16 minus 100, 16 minus 18 will be minus 2y plus 1800, sorry, y will not come here. 18 into 100 is 1800 is equal to, what I'll do, I'll multiply this with 16200 after one decimal. Minus 2y is equal to 1620 minus 1800. 1620 minus 1800 is minus 2y is equal to minus 180. Minus minus plus y is equal to 90. Y is 90%, right? Therefore, we got 1 as 90%. Let us calculate for other. Then we will write. Therefore, 100 minus y is equal to 100 minus 90, that is equal to 10. So if one is 90, another is 10. Give the conclusion. Where shall I give? I'll give it here. Therefore, percentage of isotope, mass of isotope, which is first one, X 8 by 16 is 90%, and the another one, X 8 by 18 is 10%. Children, it depends. Now in the book what you see is 10 and 90% what I have got, but depends on how I have taken the percentage value. Suppose if I assume that let the isotope of X18 8 by 18 is Y and 16 8 is Y%. Other way if I take, I'll get 90 there and 10 here. That's all is the difference. So I have solved as I have written. Very clear on this concept? Okay. The remaining few sums are just 1 mark type of a sums. We'll finish it quickly and we'll finish this exercise as well as the chapter. So session 10 will be the last session on the chapter atoms and molecules and structure of atom. 8th one. If Z is equal to 3, what would be the valency of the element? Also name the element. Z is equal to 3, that means actually how do we write, children? We write element X as, like we had written, right, atomic number, or atomic number we represent here, then we represent here. So Z is always in terms of atomic number. Do not let here again. Atomic number we will write. So its electronic configuration would be what? 2, 1. Therefore, valency is 1. Outermost shell has only 1 electron. Therefore, it is, anyhow, when it is Z is equal to 3, we got to know it is lithium. Give. It's an oral direct question. If I ask you, give the atomic number whose Z, atomic number is 3, atomic number is 4, 5, 11. You should be knowing which element it belongs to. That's all. 13th, that is 9th one. 13th question. Composition of nuclei of two atomic species X and Y are given under. So X and Y, protons, neutrons. Protons means atomic number 6 and 6. Neutrons are 6 and 8. So with the help of this, shall I write the here, I will write here mass number, we can write of X here, mass number is 12, here mass number is 14, okay. If you want atomic number also you mention, it's up to you. Atomic number is 6, atomic number is 6. This table extra 2-3 things what we have written. Can you guess which it is, which element or which atom it is? It is, atomic number is 6 and 6 means it should be carbon, children. 12 and 14, these are isotopes of carbon. Orally we could answer it actually. Let's answer, let us see. Same, what they have given number calculation, we have just calculated here. Our work is done. What we have to find now? Composition of nuclei X and Y are given. Given what is the relation between these two species? These two species right here, these two species have, that is these two species X and Y have same atomic number but different mass number. Therefore, they are isotopes. In case if they ask you of which element or something, you know it is carbon. Very simple to understand because atomic number of carbon is 6 on that basis. They have not asked, I have not written. Next is MCQ question, children. We'll do that orally. Number of valence electrons in chlorine ion. Look at the question here. But if you go to see, actually you can tell that all the options are wrong, no teacher, here because 16 will not come, 8 also will not come because chloride is not octet, 17, 18 there is no question at all. Then which could be the answer? The question is, they have asked valence electrons, right? In the last part, last shell, or not exactly last shell, valence electrons of chlorine ion. What do you mean by ion? When the exchange will happen. See. Sodium plus chlorine. So this is 281. This is 287. So when 1 goes here, this will become 28. This will become 288. Now tell me what is the valence electron of chlorine ion? It is 8. Understood the question here? Option is 8. Similarly, the next MCQ, which one of the following is the correct configuration for sodium? Anyhow, we have written 281 is the answer. Quickly mark the MCQs. Now look at this, complete the following table. I think I can explain this what you have to do. It's a fill in the blanks. Same like a linear equation, if you know x, y you have to find. Atomic number is given. You have to find mass number. Neutrons are given. What are protons? Protons are again 9. So I think electrons are 9 because electrons are 9, protons are 9. So same thing, atomic number is 9. It is 9. What is mass number you can find? How do you find the mass number? Neutrons plus protons. Mass number is 19. Atomic number 9. Which element, children? It is fluorine. Understood how to do this? Orally I have discussed, but I think you can do it because it is the same sum what in the beginning I had done for helium. Protons were given, neutrons were given, or what you had to find their mass number, it's the same thing. You have to make this tabular column and identify the element and make sure that the elements are always below 20. 20 and below that. They will not give you any element above 20. So with this, we complete both the chapters, theory as well as numericals, in text, worked examples and exercise.